working on polishing up some obedience, proofing his stop and sits, his sit stays, start teaching the down, but also working on when I release him with the OKAY, it does not mean that he's free. So it does not mean a BREAK, and that he can just go and do whatever. So when I'm doing this, I am going to start using corrections that if I release him by tossing a piece of food and he doesn't immediately just come back and get back into work, he's going to get a correction for basically continued disengagement. Sit. Yes. While also heavily rewarding his engagement. And that is part of the reason why we're just in a gravel parking lot right now. So I want to make this as simple as we can, as opposed to going and working on the grass field. And also get like a lot of good reps in. There are still distractors here. There's cars over there. There's birds all over. There's traffic, coming down the road. So there's still things going on. We're just not working in a busy store setting right now. Yes. Good boy. Okay. Good. Here. Yes, good. So I'm going to work just on doing some engagement building. Heavy rewards at me. Yes. Only tossing one piece of food out as a release. Good left. Yes. Okay. You can get that. Here. Get the piece. Right. Oh. Right here. Oh, right. There you go. It gets a little weird if it goes like close to the end of the leash. Here. Good. Left. Oh, my bad. I dropped a piece of food. Odie. Yes. So this is all about working on holding focus in a low stimulation environment. Odie. Okay. Good boy. Left. Yes. So trying to get good clarity with him, yes, on what is allowed, what's not allowed. Okay. Good. Yes. Here. Yes. Good boy. Yes. And I'm also going to, yes, obviously reward him. Yes. For following me and correct disengaging. Yes. Yes. Sit. Yes. And notice there, I say the cue, reward him when he does it right away, and then there's no correction. Odie. Okay. So we're just getting lots of positive reps in. Yes. And setting good rules for what I want him to do. Yes, good boy. But just follow me around. Yes, good. Left. Nope. Yes, because he got stuck in that sit in front of me. Yes. Okay. Good boy. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Now, I couldn't really do this a whole lot with him in the beginning because he had just had zero desire. Yes, now that he has some desire, we can tap into it and use it a little. Yes. So now I'm just building desire, building his food drive again a little bit more, asking for greater expectations, and giving him more clarity on what's permitted and what's not permitted. Okay? Good boy. Left. start. So that was pretty good. He got one tiny little correction. He's not trying to like go sniff every little pebble. He's learning that like that OKAY just means that I just have to go eat that piece of food. It's just a reset. Does not mean I can totally check out. That's what we're working on with that. Now we are going, there's so many birds everywhere. Yes. Work on building our stop and sit. So when I stop walking, I'm going to immediately cue him to sit. Yes. Right now I'm rewarding him for holding the sit. Yes. Rewarding in front of him. Yes. Good boy. Each time I stop, yes, I'm gonna say it as I stop. If he doesn't sit right away, I do not repeat the command. I really have a pet peeve where people go, sit, 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 sit. Then your dog just tunes it out. They learn that they don't have to listen to you. I know, I smell like my dog. Leave it. Good boy. Yes. I'm also going to try and be very controlled with my corrections with him, and that the correction is equal to basically like the level of disobedience, while also maintaining, Odie, leave it. Good boy. Yes. While also maintaining that the correction should get the job done once. I don't want to see this on the dog. He's just gonna learn to tone it out. If you're constantly just doing little bits of pressure, see, like right now he's actually conditioned to not move when I do this. Yes. They just start to learn to tone out that pressure. Corrections should be one and done. They should be snappy, and it should be quick. I don't want to see, especially like in the heel, what I call like the drag through the turn, where it's like consistent pressure on the leash through. I prefer it to be more like a pop, if that makes sense. The only time we're really going to use consistent pressure, yes, is if we're trying to correct for the sit. And then the amount of pressure that I use and the communication I use is kind of dependent on what he's responding to. If I can do it with just fingertip pressure, which is most often the case, then I'm going to use that. If I have to use more pressure, I'm going to use that. I'm going to be very clear about my expectations. Again, this whole day is about clarity with him. So let's go ahead and get started trying to do our heel sits. We are working to prevent him from swinging his butt out to the left and turning to face. So to do that, my leash is always going to be kind of right in front of me. I'm very controlled that when he's in heel, it's loose. But I can easily correct him in that if he doesn't stop right away, all I have to do is move my arm a little bit. So that way the correction is timely. Your corrections should really happen between 1 to 2 seconds for that clarity. And your rewards should also be marked within that second and then followed up with a couple seconds later. Yes. Let's go ahead and try it. And I'm gonna try and set him up for success today. He's gone through some hard training before. He's had some hard expectations. Leave it. Good boy. I'm going to use food to help build the behavior and my leash to help control the behavior. Yes. Okay, heel. Yes. And I will reward him first couple seconds while in the heel. He's eating food beautifully right now. My hand is nice and low. I'm really focusing on building his spatial awareness. What was that? You have a butt itch? So of like, that was a lot better, yes. Sit. Yes. So I say it and I reward right away. We will start fading out having food in our hands. Okay, heel. I don't want to have him constantly touching my legs. Leave it. Yes. Beautiful. Good boy. Yes. Good job. Sit. Yes. And I'm being very clear. Notice how I'm also, when I'm working and I'm walking with him, I talk when I am sitting. When I'm walking with him, I'm very focused on him. Good boy, good job. Giving him cues, giving him directions. I'm not talking necessarily to the camera when I'm really focused on what he's doing. Because if I talk too much, he's just going to be like, she's just talking, making noise, and I don't have to listen. Leave it. Yes. So let's go ahead and continue on. Sit. Yes. If he were to not sit right away, and I'll try and do this video on the grass too, where it might be a little harder. I was hoping there's some lots of smells here because they do have soccer games and stuff here. Yes. If he were to not sit right away, this hand would come up within a second. He gets a correction, and then for right now, I'm going to reward him afterwards because this is proofing, as we're trying to be very clear. We're proofing. Reward the desired, correct the undesired. Okay, heel. Sit. Yes. Good boy. Okay, heel. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Good job. Yes. Okay, heel. Yes, good boy. Good man. Keeping that leash loose the entire time. Sit. Yes. Good. You know what? I'm ready to go. Because he's done so well, I'm going to give him a lot of love and a lot of affection. Now, his release for getting affection, I do like a really exaggerated, okay. And then I explode. So the pattern's always the same. That calm, okay, AY is just me tossing food out. That long, exaggerated one is like, this is a party. When we say the release word and BREAK, that means he can go do whatever he wants. Right now, I want to throw a party with him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that release, and I'm going to give him a bunch of affection. Okay, yeah! Good boy! Good boy! Yeah! Yeah! Good man! Good man! Yeah, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Oh, good job. Good job. On nose. I nose. Okay, here. Yes. Yes, I'm going to do a little bit of back pedaling to build this engagement. Yes, and I just did a little correction there because he just kept kind of circling around me and lunging around me. Yes. What I want is following. Good boy. Here. Yes. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Good. Yes. Now we can start working on our sit stays. Now I kind of already started with him, and then I put him in the sit and I started walking still. When we are doing the sit stays, adjust his collars so that his leash is at the top of his neck. Normally we would start like this, but I want to face the camera. Yes. Reward at head level. Don't reward too high, because then he's going to get up. Don't reward out here, because then he's going to turn and shift. Reward in front of the dog as much as possible. Yes. So we're building an area of reinforcement directly in front of them. Yes. Now, what we can also do is do variable reward durations. Yes. And that one YES actually gets him like 5 pieces of food. Yes. Sometimes it gets him 1 piece of food. Instead of doing like a handful, I just go in and out a bunch. Yes. So my hand is up. I am ready to correct the dog as I need to. I'm going to start moving around. Yes. Each step I take, I'm going to mark and reward. Yes. Reward in front of the dog. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Think of the dog as the middle of a clock. And you're working to get to all of the numbers of the clock. Right now I'm going counterclockwise. And I'm rewarding at every single little number. Yes. When I am behind the dog, I reach over and I reward from above. My hand's coming down like this. Yes. So it's straight and directly in front of him. I personally also like to have a longer variable or longer reinforcement period when I'm behind the dog, because that's often the most difficult, because they want to turn around and face you. Yes. So I'll reward him a couple times. And I'll stand behind him. Yes. 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 Always rewarding in front. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. We're going to get rained on. It's okay, we still got to work in the rain a little bit, as long as it's not terrible. Yes. Good. Now what I will start doing is I'm going to start adding distance. So we built duration and a little bit of distraction, and then I'm walking around him. The next step is adding distance. I'm going to take a step further away. Yes. Now my hands are still kind of holding this leash up. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll use my hands as a pulley system so that I can correct from afar. My hands are out, I can pull it over, correct upwards if I need to. Yes. And I am marking at my numbers. Yes. I call this the clock game. Yes. And I will do this. All right, you missed your opportunity for that reward. Yes. I will do this a couple times during a session. I do like the whole clock. Yes. And notice how I kind of pick that leash up as I go closer, so that as I get closer to the dog, I don't have slack. And if they get up when I get close to them, I can still correct right away, and I'm not having to correct with my arm all the way up here, or not be timely in my corrections. Yes. Good. He's a little distracted, clearly. Like, we are still doing this under distractions. There's a car over in the distance with somebody getting in and out. There's the road over there. Birds everywhere. So there's still stuff going on. Yes. Which anybody that knows Odie knows that he can get distracted very easily. Yes. So I'm going to stop talking so I can really focus on him. Yes. He has to hold this sit for 90 seconds. Yes, good boy. Good. I'm gonna walk out and away. I know he knows I have food in my hand. At this point, I'm adding total distance. Nope. But I'd be kind of quick. Leave it. Good. This is something he struggles with, so that correction I'd be quick, direct, right then and there. The moment his release the dog when you are at a distance, you will break your stay. Only release them from a distance less than 30% of the time, or else they're going to start anticipating it. Yes. Yes, good boy. He was just fixing his legs there. I'm okay with that. Okay. Yeah! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Yeah! Woo! Good job. Good boy. And I probably just released him from a distance. But that's, again, 10% of the time. I just figured, like, I'm going to release him before he really struggles. So that's my own doing. I don't do that all the time. Odie, left. Nope. If he gets stuck, just help him out. Yes. We'll work on that. Okay? Good. Left. Pull out inwards and close. Yes. Reward in position. Wide. Okay? Odie, left. Yes, good boy. He goes out, he turns towards my butt, he sits next to me. Yes. Yes. Wide. Okay? Alright, now we're going to try and do it down. He's never been taught it down, so we're going to try it. I want to teach it next to me. So I'm going to start in a sit and a left. Yes, good boy. And I'm just going to... So that I'm halfway there. He's going to offer a paw. I want him to see if he can figure it out. Sometimes getting on the ground helps. No. Nope. Yes. Reward the sit. I'm going to pull his nose to the ground. And sometimes it helps to have a get out of my bag. A whole handful that he can kind of lick. And just hold it to his face. Good. You get a little bit of a reward there for going partially down. No, sit. I want to try and get him to do it. He's down on his own. Get out of my bag. We've never tried to lure the down. I'm letting you lick it. I'm gonna try. Oh, no. Sit. Yes, good boy. I'm gonna try just holding it down. Now this is that little bit, he's confused and he's looking at me like I don't understand what you're trying to get me to do. So this might be where some guidance comes in before he gets overly frustrated and he doesn't want to work anymore. Okay, that I'm going to, no, you're not allowed to. I'm going to help him with some leash pressure. Give him a sit. Yes. Give him a little win. And use that leash pressure to guide him into the right position that I want him to be in. Because he's just kind of he's not food motivated enough to put himself in that like vulnerable position or that real stationary position. Especially because he is interested in other things. So if I use the leash pressure, that's going to guide him into the right direction, and then I can reward from there. So I'm just pairing this food lure with a little bit of pressure. And I'm going to hold pressure on until that down occurs. Yes. So he learns that in order to turn pressure off, he's got to lay down. Pressure is immediately released. That's because you ate it too fast. Yes. Pressure is immediately released and rewarded with some food. Good boy here. Okay. So this is teaching him how to consistently turn pressure on and off. Sit. Boy. Pressure downwards. He's not new to pressure work. This is not like a foreign concept to him. Yes, good. The moment he's all the way to the ground, we mark and reward. I have to like release him right away. But this is just a new thing. It's just communication. I'm just guiding him in the right direction. So let's try it again. A little bit of pressure. Yes, good boy. And now I need to use even less pressure on that. I don't care that he got up. That's not what we're doing. We're not building a stay. We're just getting him down. Good boy. Yes. So now see if we can do it with just a little bit of food. Odie. Now, he also wouldn't sit for just a food lure. We had to, okay? We had to teach it with pressure. Hey. He's going to try and offer a little bit of an appeasement behavior. Come on. Sit. Yes. No. Come. Go. Sit. Yes. Now this is another thing with Odie in particular, is that if he doesn't want to do something, he will just be, he'll just kind of throw up the paw and try and walk away. So I'm being very clear that that's also not an option. If he doesn't want to do something, he doesn't feel comfortable doing it, he'll just try and opt out. Nope. He's got two options. Just continue sitting there while we work on it, or trying down. Yes, good boy. That was appeasement based. Down, yes. But I'm still going to mark and reward and capture the behavior of the down. Okay. So this is just, he's not comfortable with the pressure. No. Come on. Odie. Left. Sit. Take a moment. Don't do it for the food. Again, the down is a confining position. It's a vulnerable position. It's kind of like it's a durational thing. You're stuck there. You already know Odie doesn't like being just stuck in one spot. Yes, good boy. I'm going to give him a little bit of wind. Yes. See if we can do it for a little bit of food. What I would not want to do is go get a higher value piece of food while I'm teaching this, because then he's just going to learn that he only has to do it for said higher value piece of food. Like, nope, we're gonna do it for this. I don't want to start changing food values for behaviors and build that reward value inconsistency and have him think that he only has to do things when certain reward values are present. Nope. You gotta come back over here. I'm just guiding him in the right direction. That was kind of he's trying to walk away. That's not what we're doing right now. Sit. Good boy. Now, this is the other thing, is that he's being asked to do things, and he's not feeling comfortable being asked to do things, and being put into, like, being forced to do a behavior, and therefore he's being submissive. And he's trying to be a little appeasing to try and get out of it because he doesn't like it. But we still have to work on it. That's just a matter of fact. No. I don't even care if he's not next to me right now. Yes, good boy. That was no leash pressure, just the food war. Yes. Good job. Okay. Go get it. Go get it. Here. Right here. Right there. Right here. Alright. Odie. Sit. Yes. So he just felt a little uncomfortable and pressure. He wasn't, sit. He wasn't really shutting down. He just was trying to get out of it. Alright, come on, let's get it. Nope. Go. Let's get this done before it starts raining. And maybe we can go to a store. So, same as before, in that when I'm asking you to do something, use pressure this time. We got to be very consistent. Yes, good boy. Yes. If he were overwhelmed and he didn't want to be doing this right now, he wouldn't be taking food at all. He just doesn't like the pressure. Yes. Okay. Good. just teaching him that pressure is okay, it's consistent, it's always going to be predictable, and that you can always turn it off. Pressure downwards. Nope. So that belly didn't all the way hit all the ground all the way. Okay. And we'll be done. We'll end with that. Odie, break. He can go sniff and go do whatever he wants, but that's how we'll continue working on teaching him down. I'm gonna let him have a break.